Hi, I'm John with DiamaPro Systems, and this is our ROG-60. So when you first receive the machine, one of the things you need to do is to ensure that all the parts on here are still with the machine, as well as everything is working properly. So to start, we want to make sure that the jack is in good working order. You want to make sure that all the wheels are locked, and that the machine can raise and lower as needed. Next, you want to make sure that there are no missing components on this. Make sure that you have 8 of your foam plates. All the wiring looks intact, as well as all the components around the machine. You got your lights, muffler, oil filter, make sure that's tight. Your regulator, all these wirings look still intact. Your propane line, make sure it doesn't look damaged, frayed, or have any excessive wear, as well as your battery disconnects. Then you can look at your propane tank, make sure there's nothing damaged or thing. Make sure that this is off. Make sure that you have your throttle lever here, and then your kill switch, along with the key, light switch, hour meter, and then your 2 sensors here, your engine data analyzer and your carbon monoxide sensor. All right. Next going is to check the oil level. Make sure that the machine has ample oil. Thank you. This machine looks good. Then the following, you'll have to get underneath here. You want to make sure all your plates are in good order, make sure there's no damage. If you can check, make sure they all spin freely. Make sure they have some play. Make sure there's no damage to the fittings here where the tooling will go into. Also make sure all the bolts are in place in all 8 plates underneath here. Alright, now coming around here, we want to make sure that you plug in your propane here. Make sure this is tight. All right, and then turn your propane tank on. You want to make sure that you do not smell any propane, and you check all this for leaks throughout your hose and through your regulator, through here and here. Give it a couple minutes. If you detect a leak at any time, be sure to immediately turn this off and clear the area before plugging anything in or starting the machine. But this one looks like it checks out, so we have the propane back on. And then we'll connect the battery here. Then you're going to turn the ignition switch, and then listen for a click in the regulator to make sure that the regulator is working properly. All right, so the regulator clicked, it's good. We'll come here, make sure that these monitors light up. So your EDA and your carbon monoxide are both lit, so those are good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and start it. I need to be right there. To start the machine, again, make sure that your throttle is all the way in the forward position. Make sure you have this kill switch. Make sure your feet are clear. And you can start the machine. All right. While the machine is running, check your lights. Let it run. Listen for the idle. Make sure there's no unusual noises or sounds. Everything's going. Take a look carefully and make sure your plates are spinning. Look at your pulley there. Keep your hands clear of any moving parts. And then throttle it up just to make sure you can go through the rev range. All right. And then you can throttle it back down. Let go of that. Let it sit for a minute, and you can turn the machine off. And then turn your propane off. And then finally, disconnect your battery here. And that's it. All right. When you're inspecting the plates, you want to make sure that the hook and loop system here is all intact. Make sure nothing is peeling up here. Make sure everything is here, as well as making sure all 3 magnets here are on this plate. All right. One of the things to inspect here is the kill switch here. You want to make sure that this lever actuates and is engaged, that this is not damaged in any way. Make sure this button here is not stuck in place. All right.